most important moments in my life, you just want these people around you. You don't want many people around you. You just want your really close friends around you and your family around you. It's definitely ever evolving, the feeling of motherhood. When you speak about surprises, there are multiple surprises on a daily basis.
Would you say that you were always a confident kid and teenager, or did that take time to build?
I was pretty confident. I don't think I had confidence issues. I was very happy on my own. You know, when you're in school, sometimes you find the need to be like, hang out in groups. Although I had a very healthy group, my friends would always make fun of me and say, why are you always walking alone? You always end up walking alone with a frown on your face, because my resting face is a frown.
Right.
So a lot of the times people think I'm upset about life. And actually, I'm not upset about life. I'm just living life because my resting face is a frown. So I'm on my phone doing something and they're like, what happened? Did something happen? I'm saying, no, everything's fine. But my face is like this. So that's my resting face. So I was very comfortable being on my own, doing my own thing as I am now. And I think that's also a second child thing, is what, from what I understand, is because you're obsessive about the first child and the second child just grows up, you know, because you're like, I can't do it all over again the same way. At least the parent is like that. I don't know, but that's what I've understood and I've heard. And I think a lot of that rubbed off on me because I know my sister and I respond to situations very differently. And I'm always way more, let it be, who cares, you know? Yeah, so about things. And she's, but no, but why? But, you know, and all of that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, how people can see being alone as being distant when, like you're saying, it's actually...
I mean, that does happen sometimes, that people do might feel that because I'm a bit of like, I'm happy being on my own, that there is some like distance, or there's a feeling of not wanting to engage. I don't think don't want to engage. It's just like I'm very comfortable like staying silent as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what would happen in school. It's not like I would not want to hang out with my friends, but I was okay also just walking by myself. I didn't need to hold somebody's hand and walk. And I think that said a lot about just my dreamer personality, what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It gives me the space to sort of float a bit.
And you were talking about friendship, which I think is such an important part of our lives, and it seems to be such an important part of yours. How have are those friends that you had then, I assume they're the same friends you have now? They're people that you've kind of grown up with?
Yeah, the exact same friends.
What's their life look like? Like, are they all in the industry too? Are they doing different things? Like,
so most of them aren't. Just my best friend, Akansha, she's also an actor. We all have, like, live in different parts of the world. Like 4 of us live in Mumbai. One of my best friends, she lives in New York. The other lives in Toronto. One lives in London. One lives in Singapore. We're a group of 9 girls. And honestly, the reason, I have to give them a lot of credit, because the reason I can still say they're my best friends and we're so close is because of the patience that they've given me. You know, my journey as an actor started very early. I started working at the age of 17. And when you're newly, you know, pursuing your career, your focus becomes your career. And even though I always made it a point to hang out with my friends, sometimes you start taking your friends for granted. And that naturally did happen. And of course, the great thing is the same things that we used to fight about 10 years ago is the same thing that we possibly fight about today. So what's lovely is nothing's changed. But what's also lovely is that there's still something to fight for, you know? And I do give them a lot of credit for that, for just being patient with me, you know, showing up, even though many times I can't show up because I'm working or I'm here or I'm there, you know, making excuses for me when I'm unable to be at a particular, you know, getaway or a party or a dinner. But I do my bit to, you know, reconcile and, make up for it. But they're really like my family. And that's something that's very clear, that when you make friends that stay with you for so long, they are your family. And a lot of people told me that, you know, actors don't really have friends. I don't know.
People said that.
Yeah. So I was like, but why? This is in the beginning when I started acting, and when, you know, your friends are your life. But like usually doesn't happen because you land up leading such isolated lives. and you're so busy, it's very difficult to hold on to the earlier friendships. Also, it's difficult to understand an actor's life or somebody who's in the industry, their life, because it's so random and haphazard. So props to them for really, they've really, and they've made an effort to even understand my work. But now everything's changed because now I have a daughter, so now it's like there's a new girlfriend in the family. And now it's all about like, they don't even want to talk to me. They just want to talk to her. I was like FaceTiming my friend yesterday who was in New York, and we were FaceTiming, and Raha was there, my daughter, and her foot was in my face. And I was trying to talk about something very serious. And she's like, I'm sorry, I just can't focus because I'm only looking at Raha's foot, which is in your face. Yeah.
I love that.